There's a musician by the name of Axl Rose, which is the vocalist of a band called Guns N' Roses. You didn't yet listen to any of their songs, but they're big, they're huge. You will. Okay. Well, anyway, he once said that he considers this song, One by U2, to be one of the greatest songs that has ever been written. He said, I put the song on and just broke down crying. And 2 years ago, BBC published an article entitled, Why U2's One is the Ultimate Anthem.
Well, I guess I'm curious to find what it's about, and maybe I want to look up that article too along the way. I'd be curious to see what BBC has to say about it. Hi everyone! I am now getting ready to listen to a band that I understand to be quite famous and important, and that is U2. I've never listened to anything by them before, so this is going to be a first, and I am eager to find out how it goes. I understand that U2 is an Irish rock band from Dublin, formed in 1976, and that they have a lot of hits, understandably if they're a big band, and that they have also been involved in a lot of charitable events. Particularly the vocalist Bono was named in 2005 as one of the Time Persons of the Year, and he was granted an honorary knighthood by Elizabeth II of the United Kingdom in 2007 for his services to the music industry and for his humanitarian work. And he was also made a Commandeur of the French Order of Arts and Letters in 2013. One other thing that I know is that Pavarotti recorded a piece of music together with him. Well, I might not be very familiar with U2, but I know Pavarotti. And if they collaborated, then they must be good. Rolling Stone placed this song, One, which I'm listening to now, at number 36 on its list of the 500 greatest songs of all time. So we'll see how it goes, and I'm ready.
Is it getting better?
Nice voice.
Or do you feel the same? Will it make it easier on you now? You got someone to blame. You said one love, one life. When it's one need in the night, one love, we get to share it. Leaves you, baby, if you don't care.
I like that.
Did I disappoint you?
You know, it's interesting that that guitar that just came in, it is so similar in timbre, in tone quality, to the voice. It makes a nice pairing there. It's almost as if we have two voices, but maybe it's almost like it's a single voice. It's not really like two voices answering. I want to hear that again because I enjoyed that.
When it's one need
Here's the voice.
in the night, one love, we get to share it. Leaves you, baby, if you don't care.
Now here's where this other guitar comes in. And as it continues, it sounds like the voice.
Did I disappoint you? Or leave a
That's
bad
sweet.
taste in your mouth? You act like you never had love, and you want me to go without.
strings coming in there.
Have you come to raise the dead?
This song is the sort of thing that just carries you along with it. It wraps itself around you and brings you into it and carries you along, and I'm finding myself not wanting to stop it because it has this continuous quality, partly because of the accompaniment. There's this rhythmic support that helps us just keep going. And then it's not just that, but it's also the other melodic lines of the guitars that are helping us feel that it's just weaving its way around us from all different sides and bringing us into the center. And of course, there's the bass, which gives a nice substance to it. But it's all very mellow and unobtrusive. And so we don't feel like we are being forced into something, or we don't feel like there's any particular thing crying out for our attention. It's just a nice experience of being brought inside the music. Let me back up just a little bit here so I can hear where the strings enter.
Not the same, we get to carry each other, whoa. Have you come here for forgiveness? Have you come to raise the dead? Have you come here to play Jesus?
It's not a lot, but it's just enough to add some richness and warmth to it.
Did I ask too much? More than a lot. You gave me nothing now. It's all I got. We're one, but we're not the same. Well, we hurt each other, now we're doing it again. You say love is a temper, love a higher.
It's getting more intense here. Right, it builds so smoothly and gradually. I'm thinking back to the beginning where there were just those little tick, 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 tick percussive strikes at the very beginning. Such a thin texture. No melody, no deep sound, no significant presence of anything that might give some, sense of reverberation or something like that. You just hear this little dry tick, 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 tick. And from there, it went smoothly. And now I'm realizing that it's growing. It's like a little stream. Maybe it starts before a stream, a little drip of water, drip, 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 drip. Not even a single flowing stream of water, and then other streams join it, and it grows imperceptibly. We don't really see it happening until we realize we're being carried along on this large river. I was once up at the top of Minnesota, where the Mississippi River begins. And there's this lake there and a little stream of water that I could step across. Those are the headwaters of the Mississippi. And somehow now, listening to this, it brings that memory back to me of when I was there and looking at this small stream of water and just the experience of being there at the starting point of what becomes the mighty Mississippi. And this music here is kind of reminding me of that experience because it starts so small, and then there's a little bit of this coming in and a little bit of this, and when each instrument enters, when each layer enters, we don't notice it as something that's contributing to a larger flow. We notice it as a little accent, a little addition for a little extra interest. The voice entered, and I enjoyed the voice. And then the guitar enters, and I enjoy the guitar. And then the strings enter, and I enjoy the strings. But it's only after all of these come together that I realize that I am writing this one current of everything flowing together. And it's kind of cool too because of the way the song is set up, which is all about oneness. And here are all these different strands coming in. We don't really perceive them as being something separate or isolated. They come in, they enter, they add a little light, a little, they brighten the moment as they enter, kind of like somebody walking through a door that we're happy to see. And we realize, oh, I'm so glad they're here in the room with us. Now, as each person enters, as each part enters, we don't really feel the room becoming fuller to the point where it's crowded. But now, here I am, and I'm listening to the sound here, and it's this wonderful flow of all these different parts layering one on top of the other, weaving around each other. I feel like I'm in the center of it. And it's a lovely experience. Let's just continue a little bit and see how it ends up, because I don't know yet.
We're one, but we're not the same. Well, we hurt each other.
Feels like it's swelling here a bit.
You say love is a temper, love a high.
The voice is becoming a little more powerful.
Love is a temper.
Everything is stepping up a little more.
Ask me to enter, well then you made me crawl, and I can't be holding on to what you got.
The drums are adding some more parts. The bass line is becoming a little bit stronger, so I can still hear it.
One life with each other, sisters, brothers. One life, but we're not the same. We get to carry each other, carry each other.
Getting a little bit more energized here. You hear this higher sound up here. Is it guitar? Maybe? Maybe it's a synthesizer. Mixed with the voice, you have to listen for it. Very nice. I do like this song. At first, it didn't strike me as something that really was something outstanding at the beginning. It was nice, it was sweet, it was pleasant. But as it goes along, I can understand the appeal of it. It carries one with it. I want to go back and listen to the very beginning again, to those little tiny beginning sounds, and then compare it to what we have at the very end. So this is at the beginning. And we have simply these little tap, 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 tap. Yeah. Simply. Yeah, da, 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 da. And when it happened at the first, I didn't think that much of it because I thought of it as being somebody sort of counting us in. 1, 2, 3, 4. It has a little metronomic quality to it. Ya-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta, or like a clock ticking. Something, a watch ticking. Something that makes us just set the beat and then the music begins. By the time I got to the end of the song, I suddenly realized that there was so much more than that in those few little strikes. Ya-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. So I'm going to listen to a little bit of this here again. I like this little melody that's being used here. Another thing that I notice about this piece is that it's all... Each instrument has a part, which is repeated pretty consistently. Bum ba da da dum da da dum da da dum ba da da dum. And then of course there's this other da da dum and all the other different parts that each instrument has. This is how it starts. Gentle. And there's this sort of rocking motion. Bum da da dum da da dum da da dum dee dum. And then the voice enters. That's all we know at the beginning. So then let's go all the way to the end now again and compare the sound difference. And it's massive. Very nice. Very nice. That was nice. I enjoyed it a lot. It's making me think of several things all at once. As I'm listening to the bass line, I'm comparing it to another very, very popular piece of music, which has a classical connection, and that is the Canon in D by Johann Pachelbel. And I guess I want to talk about that a little bit and show you the similarities. It's not identical, but there are similarities. And it's also making me think of Deep Purple's Child in Time. And I'm comparing the two because I'm remembering what I mentioned at the beginning. Did I mention it or did you mention it? I got confused there for a minute. Where did I hear that? Did I say it? Did he tell me? Did I know it before? Anyway. So Axl Rose says that he considers it one of the greatest songs of all time. And I'm thinking about the other songs I've heard. It's beautiful. I love it. Personally, I guess if I were going to compare it between Child in Time and this one, I would go for Child in Time. I really would. That's me. Axl Rose, he's welcome to choose this one because this one is great too. I think it has to do with personal taste. But I hear some similarities in the way the piece is constructed, the way it builds throughout. If you think of the way Child in Time starts, also very gentle and small, and then it grows and it grows and it grows and it becomes just this incredible experience. This one also has that same sort of small beginning and then growing through to the end. So those are the things that I'm thinking about right now as I'm coming to the end of this. It's not an incredibly complex piece of music. It doesn't need... It's a wonderful example of something that's very well crafted, exactly as it needs to be to achieve what it does. Nothing extra, nothing missing. We're not making it super complex. We're not leaving it too spare and bare bones. It's very well balanced. And I guess that's what I would like to talk about and look into, those general ideas, when I come back and do a little in-depth follow-up. So keep your eyes open for that. When it comes up, you will find the link here, and I'll see you next time.
Now Metallica has a song called One.
Oh, okay.
And I'm dying to have you listen to it.
So which one was composed first? This one, or U2, or Metallica's?
I guess Metallica.
Okay. That would be interesting to hear and compare. There's an idea.